Hello students, welcome to our class. Today we will be discussing about the basic idea of sets, and it aims to describe and illustrate well-defined sets and null sets, identify the elements of a set, cardinality, and differentiate between finite and infinite set. With that, let me introduce to you the basic notion of set. It was very important in mathematics and it was introduced by George Cantor. So it is so fundamental to different branches of the subject that it's impossible to give a precise definition in terms of more basic concept. So allow me to share to you the definition of a set. A set is a group of or collection of objects. So let me dig deeper to this uh, definition. So ang sabi dyan, no, if a set is a group or collection of an object. So all of us have different sets of collection of objects. So may nakikita kayo dyan, mga gamit ninyo, that is an example of a set of the things. Okay? So here, if an object belongs to the set, if an object belongs to the set, it is called an element. So it is called an element. Element. Okay? So this element can be denoted as this symbol. So this symbol. So kapag ang object daw ay belongs to the set, they are called elements. Then if the object does not belong to the set, kapag hindi siya belong to the set, we are going to use this symbol. This symbol is not element. Okay? Nilagay lang natin ng slash yung symbol ng element. So, sabi, kapag set daw, we are going to use capital letters only. So, like this example. So, this is set A equals the, set A whose elements are A, E, I, O, U. So, these are the elements of set A. So, now, sabi ko nga kanina, ang set daw sinusulat as capital letter. Okay? And as you can see, the given elements in this set is the set of vowels in the English alphabet. Diba? As you can see, these are the set of vowels in the English alphabet. And you know what? A, since A belongs to the set A, therefore, set A is the elements of A. So, how do you read this? You can read this set A or A. No, A is an element of set A. Again, A is an element of set A. Okay? So, what about this one? What about this one? This given. Is it true na yung B ay element ng set A? No, it's not. So, we could use this symbol. So, B is not the element of set A. Kasi, as you can see, wala naman kayo makikitang B dyan. Okay? So, that is an element and not element of the set. Okay? So, let us continue. A set is said to be well-defined set if we know exactly if an object is an element of the set. So, anong ibig sabihin nun? Let me give you an example. So, set B, okay, set B consists of the elements whole number, okay, whole number less than 5. So, anong ibig sabihin nito? Ano yung mga whole number less than 5? Okay? Since we can give directly the elements of the set, no, which are, for example, 4, 3, 2, 1, and 0, set B is an example of a well-defined set. Kasi alam natin kung ano-ano yung mga whole number na less than 5. Okay? So, gawin natin ganito yung format para masanay tayo. So, set B can be written as the elements of 4, 3, 2, 1, and 0. Okay? So, sinusulat natin yung elements sa loob ng curly bracket, no? Tapos may pagitan na comma. So, this is a well-defined or an example of well-defined set. Okay? Kasi kaya nating ma-identify kung ano-ano yung mga object ng isang element. Okay? Or ng elements of the set. Okay? What about this one? What about set C? Set C contains the elements handsome guy in the school. What do you think? Is that a well-defined set or not well-defined? Okay? A guy may be handsome to someone, but for others, he is not. Okay? Pwedeng para sa akin, para sa kanya, no? Gwapo siya, pero sa iba, pwedeng hindi. So, therefore, set C, no? Set C is not well-defined. Okay? So, set C is not well-defined set. Okay? So, not well-defined ang handsome guy in the school. Kasi may kanya-kanya tayong preference. So, that is the well-defined and not well-defined sets. Okay? Okay, let us continue our discussion about the cardinality of the set. So, usually, yung cardinality of the set can be written as this little n and yung mismong set na gagamitin natin. Okay? So, this is the notation that we could use for the cardinality of the set. It basically means the number of elements in a given set. In a given set. Okay? So, mabilis lang itong cardinality. For example, let us have a given set F contains the elements 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay? So we all know that the cardinality of the set F written as this little n, then since F yung ginamit natin, syempre F yung gagalagay natin dito sa set, no? It means the cardinality of set F is equal to, you just count. Bilangin mo lang ito. 1, 2, 3, 4. That is 4. Okay? So, paano ba babasahin to? The cardinality of set F, okay, the cardinality of set F is equal to 4. Ganun lang, no? The cardinality of set F is equal to 4. Okay? So, what about this given? Paano kapag may binigay akong ganito? Set G contains the empty set. Ibig sabihin ng empty set ay wala, no? Walang laman. So, what does it mean? Ilan cardinality ang meron sa set G? Ang set G has 0 elements. So, ibig sabihin, the cardinality of the set G is 0. Kasi wala namang elements sa loob ng ating given set. So, 0 lang ang ating cardinality. Okay? So, let's proceed to the next part. So, the next part, since kanina, si G, na define natin na ito ay walang laman or walang elements. So, itong tawag dito is empty set. Empty set. Or, sometimes sinatawag siya as null set. Okay? So, kapag walang elements, kapag no elements, ang pangalan niya is empty set or null set. So, it is denoted as this symbol. Pwedeng gamitin itong symbol na to. Or, pwede rin gamitin itong symbol na to. So, may circle, tapos may slash. Okay? So, let's try an example. So, for example, meron tayong set H. No, contains the elements of the positive whole numbers. So, let us write less than 0. So, what are the positive whole numbers less than 0? So, do you think there is? So, since there are no positive whole numbers less than 0, kasi lahat ng mga numbers na less than kay 0 ay negative, okay? So, therefore, H is an empty set or null set. Okay? So, walang laman si H. Dahil Yung sinasabi ditong less than 0 ay mga negative numbers like negative 1, negative 2, negative 3, and so on. Okay? So another example would be like this. What about this I? Set I contains the elements of the triangle with 4 sides. Okay? Is it true na yung triangle, 4 na sides? Drawing natin. So this is triangle. How many sides do we have in this triangle? Yes, there is only 1, 2, and 3 sides. So therefore, set I is an empty set or null set. Okay? Kahit alin dito, pwede niyong ilagay. So, now, for the next part, what if a set is finite, no? So, meron kasing dalawang uri, no? Finite and infinite. So, mag-focus muna tayo sa finite set. Okay? So, finite set, for example, meron tayong set J contains the elements of 1, 3, 5, and 7. Okay? So, ibig sabihin ng finite set kasi, it is possible to write down a complete list of elements. So, kapag nasulat natin yung complete list of elements like this one, it is called the finite set. Kapag kaya nating bilangin yan, for example, 1, 2, 3, 5, 7, meron tayong 4 na cardinality, therefore, that is a finite set. So, ibig sabihin ng finite set, that is countable or nabibilang. Okay? So, another example of finite set is, for example, the colors of the rainbow. Okay? Siguro naman nakita na kayo ng rainbow, tama? So, this colors of the rainbow is an example of finite set. Kasi alam natin kung ano-ano yung mga kailangan, mga bilang, or ano yung mga kulay ng rainbow, no? So, like for example, red, blue, yellow, and so on. At kaya natin silang bilangin, no? Alam natin yung cardinality ng colors of the rainbow. Also, alphabet, no? Letters in the alphabet in the English system. So, alam natin na 26 yun, di ba? So, next, what about the infinite? Kung may finite, of course, mayroong infinite. Kabaligtaran to ng finite. Ito naman yung mga bagay na hindi nabibilang. For example, set L, okay, consists of the elements of 0, 1, 2, 3, and dot, dot, dot. Okay? This dot, dot, dot means that is ellipsis. Okay? Ellipsis. So, ang ibig sabihin ng ellipsis, may mga susunod pa dyan, no? The patterns continuously. Okay? So, alam natin, for example, na 0, 1, 2, 3. Ang kasunod is 4, 5, 6, and so on and so forth. Okay? So, sunod-sunod, may pattern yung ating mismong given elements here or sets. Okay? So, that is the finite and infinite sets. Okay, this concludes our session for today for the first lesson. I hope you learned about the topics that we had in the previous one. First, we define the sets of a collection of objects, the element and not element. Of course, we give an example here. So, also define the well-defined sets, di ba? And the cardinality of sets, which is the number of elements. Okay? Also, we identify the empty set or the null set, which has no elements. And finally, the finite and infinite sets. And the ellipsis, the 3 dots here. Okay, so this concludes our session for today. Goodbye, everyone. See you in our next quest.